Welcome back to another episode of Look What Jess Found. This is episode 732, and we have another bank wrapped penny roll in front of us to penny roll hunt. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you've been keeping up with the channel, you'll know that lately, as of the past, couple months, I have been opening up more bank wrap penny rolls than ever before in the channel's history. A large part of that is because of the organizing of my pennies that took me about a couple weeks to do, and I put some of the bank wraps to the side for the channel, and I've been finding a lot of copper. I've been finding wheat cents, old wheat cents pennies. I think we found teens, a 20s. I even want to say we found like a 1910 or 1909, all kinds of crazy stuff in these bank wrap penny rolls, and I kind of like them. I kind of like them a lot. And even look at this one, right? Look at all the copper in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so not super copper, but not super not copper. So either we have about 7 to 10 copper pennies in here, which is fine. So this is a little bit less than some of them have been. I think we found one that had like 12 or 13. And man, I'm telling you, one day I'm going to go through all of my shield cents. Excuse me. I'm going to go through, all of my not shield, my zinc cents, excuse me, 92, not close AM. And copper penny number 1, here we go. Very, very fast, copper penny, 66. And we're on the board with a copper penny. And I'm gonna make rolls of all the years by condition. AU. Probably it's gonna be something like AU and circulated. Like, so every year we'll have AU and circulated, and then whatever's left over will be they'll go into like like mixed shield penny rolls. 2003. That's a nice looking one. That's shiny. A little bit of a mark right there, but I think that's okay. I think it's passable for AU. I keep the shiny zinc Lincoln Memorials in their own tube. I decided to do that a while ago. I didn't do it with the shield cents because I just thought that, like, I don't know if I would put this one in it. This one's a nice condition, but I don't want to have dark ones on the side. It's not that dark. I don't know. It's a nice looking coin though. Nah, forget it. So very quickly, I make little purchases. That's like the story of my life, right? Little purchases, little sales. Little things add up to big things, and every once in a while, I'll get lucky and I'll make a big sale of something, and and it just makes everything help work out. But like I bought the steel cents that I found for what, $15 a piece. Here goes an 82 small date. I think it's copper, and it looks like there's a die crack. Looks like there's a die crack on it. It's kind of dirty though. So anyway, you know, especially if there's something that I never had before or something that I think will enhance the channel, right? I can make a small video on it. It'll also enhance. So one of the things that I never look at that. That's nice. A little DNA in there. One of the things that I never bought. I told you, man. And we picked it up upside down, which is great. So we don't know the year. That's for the end of the video. I told you. One of the things that I've never bought, and I don't own any of that I know of, unless I bought it years ago and it's in the safe. Is which one day we're gonna have to go through that. That's gonna be a nice video. Look at my safe coins. I knew there was something weird about this. I couldn't figure it out. My eye was not focusing in on that eye. The L is missing part of the L. It looks like two eyes almost. Let me look at that under the loop. Anything that's microscope worthy, I will do after. I don't know. It's pretty cool looking. I doubt that's a double die, but it is pretty cool looking. I will put it next to the other one for the weird sense. So the one thing I do not own is I don't own any graded double dies. And it's usually because my understanding of them is that they're super expensive. No white AM. They're super expensive. Like if you think of like the 1955 double die, here goes a 2023 double die is like $3,000. It used to be $300 a few, like 5 years ago, 4 years, not too long ago. It was $300. Now it's 3,000 or more, depending on, I guess, which specific grade you get. So obviously, not obviously. I mean, if I want to really, get one, I could. But it's so funny we pick up the 1995. I can't. What a coincidence! But it's the 1995 that has. I guess they made a lot of double dies on the 1995, and I'll show you. I'll show it to you now. They're pretty inexpensive, and let me put in 1995 DDO NGC. Let's see what comes up. 117 come up. The 66 is a 66. And I wish they'd have a really close up one. Yeah, but you could still get them for $80. Let me see if they show it here close. I can't find a close up picture of it. I can't find a close up picture. I don't want to waste that much time, but you just have to take my word for it. Just look it up for yourself. No, let me see really quick. How about if I do, if I Google it and go to images, and here goes NGC visit. No, I don't want to sign up for the email. Okay, so here we go. Take a picture of this. So This is what you're looking for on the 1995. Okay, again, not that expensive. Here, want to see what they're selling for? You can pick them up for $80, $90 still. Remember, the 55 was $300 a few years ago. It's 3,000. These might have been 20, $30 a few years ago, and now they're 90. But in another 10 years, they might be $1,000. Remember, I said that. So I don't own anything like that, and I can't believe how that 1995 has such a pronounced double die, and it's in the Liberty, right? So obviously, that's where when you see a 95, you definitely want to look at the Liberty to see if you see that doubling. This one here has some you can see it there, has a bit of, what's what I'm looking for, mechanical doubling on it, or a die shift that made it. You can see a second impression of the 5 anyway. So that is what I am hunting for, is going to be, I'm gonna pick up a couple of them. I could swing that. I could swing um 60, $70. You know what I mean? I get about $200 a month from the YouTube channel, so I could definitely use YouTube money for it, and I could show it to you, right? And this is, and to me, my little investments, it's like my superpower. Like everybody has a superpower. Mine is, I make little investments. Like I talked about this before. I bought all these marbles before they got popular, and I showed them in some videos. And I'm talking about, I remember when I got into marbles a few years ago, and that's a nice. We haven't found that many copper. That's copper paint number 3 only. Even though I think the rest of the, I don't know how heavy in copper it is. I said 7. We got the wheat cent. That's 4. Okay, so I bought the marbles a few years ago, and I remember thinking, and I got really deep into marbles, man. And I realized how complicated they were and what a vast history they had. And I saw on eBay they were selling for, man, you were getting like hundreds of. They were like, for nice looking marbles, they were like between 10 cents and 25 cents a piece. So you would get like a lot of 100 marbles for like 30, $40, let's say, ship, tax, and everything. And I was like, something's not adding up here, because I see some of these marbles in this lot that other people are selling for 20, $30 or similar ones, but I'm getting 100, not 100 marbles that people are selling for 20, $30, but that they have a couple nice looking marbles on here for the price of like one marble. I'm getting 100 with maybe 3 or 4 or 5 $20 marbles, and then another 20, 30 $5 marbles, like Vitros and Acros and stuff like that. I mean, one nice Popeye is Acro is like 20, $30. You can see it looks like it might have an old die clash. I don't know. See the little line there. Nice looking, very nice looking copper penny though, 1971 Denver. Oh, I told you, I see it. Look, there it goes. Look at that. I told you, I knew I saw it. Look, there we go. We got the die cuts. When I saw the little line up, let me get my pointer. I should have had it out already. I'm sorry. I saw the line here, and that line looks like the line of the die clash line, right? The back of the Lincoln, and it goes front. I was like, oh, but then I didn't see anything in the columns, which is where you would usually see it. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe not. But then when I look right here, look at that. Look at that. Nice, man. Hard on wheat cent. Excuse me, on copper on Lincoln Memorial coppers. Hardly ever find this. That's nice. What a nice little surprise. That's a $5 penny. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so superpower. I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, let me just finish that thought about the double die and I was talking about marbles. Yeah, so I bought. I mean, I just bought like thousands of these marbles. People are selling the Jabos. I call them Jabos. Dave's Appalachian. I was buying them. I remember buying these huge sets that they came in these boxes, and the whole set was full of these beautiful marbles. And I remember I paid $100. I still have it. I have it. Matter of fact, I have it here. I bought this set of marbles. I bought this set of marbles about 3 years ago, and I know I paid under $100 for it, or right around $100 for it. Each one of these marbles, they would never, if they something like this would be, I don't know, I don't even know what it was. So I have to be honest with you. But each one of these marbles is about $5 to $30 a piece, especially ones like this, where you can see it's called the inner matrix. You can see the inner matrix, the swirls, the solid swirls inside. These are crazy marbles. Um, and it says the name. It says thank you, Jim King. Has the names of it. The person took time out, and it says on the front, this is original stuff, Dave's Appalachian or Das. Anyway, I bought this for $100. It's probably pieced out. This is probably like, I don't know, $1,500. There's I don't know, 200 marbles in here, 150 marbles, something like that. A lot of marbles. Anyway, I got lucky. You know, you can't find stuff like this online at all anymore. And when I saw them, I instantly identified them as, I said, these are too beautiful to be selling for 10 cents a piece, 25 cents a piece. I said, it doesn't make sense. And I bought a lot of them, and I got lucky, okay? Or I made a good investment, whatever you want to call it. But I'm telling you the same thing about these 1995s. That's my point behind showing that, not to show off. But I'm telling you this about these 1995s, that you can see the cleared up. The only problem I have with the 1995s is that there's zinc. And zinc just, rots. Zinc rots. So I would definitely, there's so many of them right now that you could probably find, I'd probably get 67s, and I would look for ones with like zero, because like, look, even on this one here, where is it? Is it that one? Yeah. There's a little black spot on it. You see the little black spot on it to the right of the Lincoln above the date? And to me, if that's a little tiny bit of corrosion, maybe 5 or 10 years from now, that'll become zinc rot, and it would change the condition of the coin. That's the problem I have with zincs. That's the big problem I have with the 2015s. They all have the damage right there above the shield. Not, oh, I shouldn't say that. A lot of them do. Here's the 2019. I put it down for whatever reason. Nice looking coin. So I just thought I would share that with you. If you're, um, if you're the type of person that you look for things like me, you look for little things to buy, to save, to put away. 2017p, I hold on to those. And it's one of the things, it's one of the reasons why penny roll hunting fits me, right? Like this penny here, I paid a penny for it, right? It's a penny. But I know almost all wheat cents are worth a quarter, something around that 10 cents, 15, 20, a quarter. And depending on it, it might be a $1 penny. That's 100x. This might be a $1 penny or a $2 penny. That's 100, 200x of my. That's, and it's so small and portable, man. You could put thousands and thousands of pennies into a little tiny box. And if they're all worth $1 or two, you know how portable that is? I mean, obviously, it's not SOL, S, S, SHTF. It's not SHTF stuff, right? Because no one's going to want this if SHTF happens. You better have silver dollars. I did videos on it where I have bags of 40%, 40% Lincoln, not Lincoln, excuse me, Kennedy half dollars. I got like 300 or 400 of them. I have silver dollars that I was buying when they were $15 a piece. I have silver. I have Eagles. I was buying when they were $20 a piece. So I have all the SHTF. I mean, it's got to. I don't know about a lifetime's worth, but it's got to be enough. I mean, I got hundreds of them, so it's got to be enough to, buy some chickens and stuff like that. If silver becomes what's used for zombie apocalypse times, I got enough, I guess, to buy enough chickens, hopefully till whatever, um, chickens, eggs, bread, clean water, lumber. Hopefully there's enough there for that. Hopefully that never happens, but no one's going to want this. But let's say that doesn't happen, right? Hopefully that never happens. This, for a collectible, these are great. You can have thousands and thousands of wheat cents, and you can look for key dates, semi-key dates, high quality ones, and they have a value way, way beyond what you bought them for, right? I bought this for a penny. I went to the bank and I bought 50 of these for 50 cents, right? I gave them 50 cents. They gave me 50 pennies. So I bought them for equal, or I bartered or traded for equal value, right? Which doesn't make sense, right? No one sells something for what it's worth. They sell something for more than what it's worth so they can make a profit. A little bit more. But the banks didn't do that. For 100 years, you were able to get pennies for the same price of a penny, right? So that was a super awesome deal that some people took advantage of. There's people who have boxes and boxes and hundreds of boxes of pennies, and that's it. And they're worth a lot more money now than they were when they first bought them. So kind of similar to my marble story, getting the 1995 or whatever double die. Is this another night? That's 1992. Please be a small AM. Please, a small, yeah. Please be a small AM. Yeah, should have been a small AM. So wheat cents. Um, right. This one here, right? Look how lucky I got with this. Gotta look. Yeah, you can see the die class right there. It's nice and strong, man. It's not super strong. It's not $100 error, but look at that. Beautiful. You can see even under the Liberty, you can see the other little line. How about it in his head, his face, or on the other side? Yep, you see it right there, past the chin. Look how nice that is. And this is a $5 penny. Maybe $6, $7. Can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. You absolutely cannot beat that. So even though we only found 5 copper pennies, we got a wheat cent, we got a die clash. Shh. Oh, look at that toning. That would make a nice picture. Let me take a picture of that. Artificial toning. I'll take a picture of both sides. They're both beautiful. Artificially toned, right? From oil or something like that. Oh, here goes a nice shiny. 2005. Hardly ever find 2005s. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up a couple. I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna watch for the auctions for sure. Hopefully, hopefully none of the people I'm telling about this bid against me. That'll make me feel pretty. Anyway, it is what it is. It's no bad. Is this none of this stuff is major. You know, there's so much of it out there. There's so much of it out there. It doesn't. It's not that important, man. None of this is that important. Your faith in Christ, and your journey with Christ is what's important. That's what's important, right? The road you're walking on in life with Christ. That's what's important. This isn't. This is a hobby. That's all it is. It's a hobby, and it's a nice little exercise in economics, right? How you can make a good investment and get a good ROI, right? Return on investment. That's all. We have a pretty crappy world. Here's our last card, penny. Crappy world where you know economics and greedy people rule our physical world, right? So we learn how to play by them so we could feed our family and we don't starve to death. You know, but our spiritual life, that belongs to Christ. Our physical life, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. But my spiritual life belongs to Christ. My soul, my heart belongs to Christ. Um, but this is a hobby and it's fun. You know what I mean? I enjoy it, and it's for me. This is more productive than, I don't know, watching the news, which is um, sad and depressing 99% of the time. So anyway, please click like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. Special thank you to my members for supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next episode. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Psych. Psych your mind. Remember that? Psych your mind. Shorty 140. Shorty 140. I actually looked that up the other day, and it was the name of a musician. A lot of Shorty 140s out there. All right, what do we think? I think it's in the 40s. I think it's a Shorty 140s. Could it be a 30s? It could be a 30s. Could it be a 50s? I don't think so. I think it's a little too worn for a 50s. I'm going to say the 40s. Wow. Was not expecting that. What a beautiful 1925. I cannot believe that. What a tremendous 1925 this is. That's at least fine condition. I think that's a fine condition 1925. What's that going for? Let me put it in. 1925 wheat cent fine. It's got to be. Let's look at what fine ones are selling for. 650 of them. Oh yeah, they're not. They're cheap. Wow. This person has a roll of 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. 250 coins for $65. This is the stuff I'm talking about. purchases like this. I mean, they're fine condition, so that's what I'm looking for. What's it sell for in fine condition? Let's go lowest first. They're $1.50 each. I wish we saw. Is that what ours looks like? That one has good detail. I don't know. Better. I think that has better detail than ours. Ours might be a VG. Yeah, it's a little too worn to be fine. I take that fine back. I think it has a fine reverse. There's something about the obverse, the numbers and the letters, but it's just that this part is so smooth. I don't know. It could be a very good VG slash fine. What a nice little bonus. So it's a $1. We found the $1 penny, man. So 65. How many rolls does he have there? This guy, 5 rolls. Let's call it $70. How much is the shipping on that? $10. So let's call it 75. We divide it by 5, and then we know what the how much he wants per roll. That's $15 a roll, and you divide 15 by 50, and that tells you how much he wants per penny. 30 cents per penny. Even buying it in bulk, you're not getting this penny for under 30 cents. Think about it. The problem is you buy it for 30 cents, you sell it for $1.50. eBay, that the stamp is 60 cents. eBay takes a quarter, that's 90 cents. So really, you're not, you're still only making 30, 40 cents, even if you buy all 250 of them at $75. So to me, it's not I would rather just find them here, penny roll hunting for a penny, and sell them for $1.50, and then I make 30 cents on a penny. I don't want to make 40 cents on 30 cents. That's 25%. I don't want to do that. I want to make 30 cents on a penny. Right? You do that 1,000 times, you made well, that's only $3,000. Right? No. Yes? No. 30 cents. I think that's $300. 0.3 times 1,000, I think it's 300. Yeah, so it's 300. That's to make, you have to sell 1,000 of these to make $300. That's, I don't know. I guess you put them in. I guess you put them, but you're making more than the penny you found. Anyway, I went on a whole tangent. I got a little bit into investing and that whole side of it. But either way, just like the marbles, this is super cool. I paid a penny for it and it's worth 30 cents. It's like buying a marble for $1 and you sell it for $30. You can't beat that. Anyway, please click like and subscribe again. This is copper penny. How many did we find total? I think we found 6 copper pennies. Not bad. Very fun penny roll hunt today. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.